So I used to be fat. I used to look like this, like this, like this. Wherever the pictures are up on the screen, that was me a few years ago. I used to be fat. Can I say that on the internet? I used to be fluffy, overweight, obese. Call it what you want. I was not very healthy. I was fat. And I made a change. I learned how to lose weight and how to keep it off. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. I want to share with you guys my journey of losing weight, how I lost 100 pounds, how I went from looking like this to looking like this, and what the journey was like and how I lost all this weight. And I guess you could say I learned a thing or two along the way. I made a ton of mistakes. I learned a lot because growing up, I was always overweight. I always had a little bit of extra fat on me, and I never knew how to take it off. And if you're interested in fitness, nutrition, recipe videos, then hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if that sounds good to you. And let's jump right into my top tips for losing weight and losing fat. So tip number one on how I lost so much weight is, you see this? Black coffee. What I found works best for me is to just not eat any food, and I haven't had food in years. I just drink black coffee every time I'm hungry, and eventually my hunger goes away and then I lose weight. My first tip is my diet is really high in protein. When I tell people this, a lot of times they're like shocked and they think it's really whack and really weird that I eat a lot of protein. Because every day I'm eating at least 150 grams of protein, but usually it can even go over 200 grams of protein a day. And there's two reasons why I do this. The first reason is because of the thermic effect of food, and the second reason is because of the satiation of protein. Think about your favorite foods and the foods that you tend to eat a lot of. For me, it's things like I can eat a lot of chips. I can sit there, crush a whole bag of chips, and I won't even feel full. Or candy, right? I can take a bag of gummy worms, I can crush it, and I really won't feel anything. And a lot of the foods that I can just eat a ton of are mainly carbs. When you look at things like chicken breast, like egg whites, there's never been a time in my life where I go, I can't stop drinking egg whites and I'm just gonna keep drinking cartons of egg whites, or I can't stop eating chicken breast, I'm gonna just keep eating pounds and pounds of chicken breast. What protein does is it makes you feel full and it satiates you a lot better than carbs and fats. And that's what I've noticed for me, and that's why my diet is so high in protein, is because it makes me feel full. So the second reason why my diet is so high in protein is because of the thermic effect of food. So all food has carbs, fats, and proteins. Your body has to absorb these macros and then burn it, or process it, digest it, do whatever it wants with it. And the amount of calories that your body burns digesting these macros is called the thermic effect. And protein has the highest thermic effect. For fats, it's around 0 to 5%. For carbs, it's 5 to 15%. And then for protein, it's 20 to 30%. So what this means is, let's say you have 3 Rahuls. One Rahul is gonna eat 1,000 calories of just fat. So this Rahul is gonna drink 1,000 calories of olive oil. The second Rahul is gonna have 1,000 calories of carbs. So he's gonna sit down and eat 1,000 calories of sugar. Just gonna spoon it in. And the third Rahul is gonna eat 1,000 calories of protein. So that Rahul is sitting around with a bunch of egg white cartons, and he's just gonna drink raw egg whites straight out of the carton. So straight protein, straight carbs, straight fats. The first Rahul, who's drinking olive oil, he's gonna have 1,000 calories worth of olive oil, and his body's gonna burn around 0 to 5%. So what is that? 0 to 50 calories drinking all that olive oil? The second Rahul is gonna have 1,000 calories of sugar. His body's gonna burn around 50 to 150 calories out of that 1,000 calories of sugar that he ate. And the third Rahul, who's eating or drinking egg whites, his body is gonna burn 200 to 300 calories of those egg whites that he ate. So you can see each Rahul ate the exact same amount of calories, but their bodies burnt different amounts of calories. The Rahul who just had olive oil burnt the least amount of calories through the digestion process versus the Rahul who had egg whites burnt the most amount of calories. So you can see when you're eating the exact same amount of calories, if more of those calories are coming from proteins instead of carbs and fats, your body will automatically burn more calories digesting that protein. And that's what's gonna help you lose weight too. So those are the 2 reasons why my diet is really high in protein. It's not because all this protein is just gonna automatically make me big and jacked like The Rock, even though sometimes people do confuse me with The Rock because we look pretty similar. Our bodies are structured very, very similarly. But that is not why I am having so much protein. I am having so much protein in my diet because it helps me feel full, it satiates me, and because of the thermic effect of food, which it is burning more calories through the digestion process, helping me stay leaner and lose more weight. So this next tip is all about food. It is all about your diet because that is the most important part in losing weight. If your diet is out of control and you're just eating whatever you want, whenever you want, and you're eating all these high calorie foods like I used to, then it is super hard to lose weight. So I'll show you some of the swaps that I made in my diet. The first thing is I used to drink milk. I used to like chocolate milk, hot chocolate. I used to love all those drinks. Instead of drinking regular milk, which has 150 calories per cup, I started drinking almond milk, which has 30 calories per cup. So right there, every day if I drink a cup of milk, that's 120 calories that I saved right there. Another thing I did, I used to really like having pancakes in the morning, and I would put maple syrup all over those pancakes because I'm not having dry pancakes. Maple syrup, regular maple syrup has 220 calories for a fourth of a cup. Sugar-free maple syrup, this stuff, it is so good. I will drink this. A fourth of a cup of this has 10 calories instead of 220. So another swap where you're saving over 200 calories. I would diet and I would have a healthy salad. I would toss a bunch of salad dressing. In 2 tablespoons of salad dressing, it has 170 calories, and this is just regular Caesar dressing. So when you think about that and you're trying to make a salad taste good, and you have a bunch of vegetables and you just douse it in dressing, well, you could have just had a burger and fries instead because you just put a bunch of salad dressing all over your salad. That is really, really high in calories. I love Mexican food. Tacos, burritos, those are some of my favorite foods. And that tortilla at Chipotle is 300 calories. It is super calorie dense. These tortillas have 50 calories and they're quite big. They're quite a good size. They also have a good amount of fiber in them, so they fill you up a lot more. So another tip, you can enjoy Chipotle or enjoy Mexican food. Just swap out the tortilla for a lower calorie tortilla like this one, and you know that I was not cutting out bread out of my diet because I was having bread every single day. The swap I made is this bread, which is 45 calories. If you go to your grocery store and you look at the calories on all your bread, this is 45 calories per slice. Some of these breads are more like cake than breads. So take a look at the label and try to find the lowest calorie bread that you can find. And a huge thing, I see this so much in so many diets and so many videos that I would see, everyone would always be having peanut butter. So automatically, I thought peanut butter was super healthy and great for a diet. This is something that I definitely stopped eating. I haven't had peanut butter in a long time, but what I do have is PB2 or peanut butter powder. It is close enough and it gives you all that peanut buttery delicious taste without the tons of calories. Because if you look at this, there is 200 calories in 2 tablespoons. This has 50 calories in 2 tablespoons, so you can see making the swap makes a big difference. So this might say smart balance, but a smarter balance would be using powdered peanut butter instead of this peanut butter. And the last swap I have to share with you guys is pasta. I love pasta. Do you guys, does anyone not like pasta? I don't think so. It's so good. It is delicious. And this might not seem like a huge calorie swap, but what I did was instead of using regular pasta, which has 200 calories per serving, I use this 150 calorie pasta, which just has a little less calories and a little more fiber. This has 150 calories per serving. Doesn't seem like a lot, just seems like 50 calories, but when you're having 2 servings of pasta, that's 100 calories and that can add up. So I showed you guys a bunch of food swaps, but I want to show you how important these are and how big of a difference they can make. So 1 pound is 3,500 calories. So over a week, if every day you eat 500 calories less than what you're eating, you will lose 1 pound a week. You want to cut 500 calories out of your diet every single day, and at the end of the week, you're gonna lose a pound. So what that looks like is, let's say you wake up in the morning, instead of having regular milk, you have almond milk, and you have a cup of that. Right there, you saved a bit over 100 calories. Then you have breakfast, instead of having pancakes and maple syrup, you have pancakes and sugar-free syrup. Right there, you saved about 200 calories. Let's say for lunch, instead of putting regular salad dressing on your salad, you put a light salad dressing. So this has 170 calories for 2 tablespoons. Let's say you use something that has 20 calories for 2 tablespoons. Another 150 calories saved right there. And then you come home, and for dinner you're having pasta. Instead of having a serving of regular pasta, you have a serving of this 150 pasta. Right there, 50 calories. And there you go, your 500 calorie deficit is right there. Let's not even talk about maybe having a snack with some bread and peanut butter, and instead of using regular bread and regular peanut butter, you use powdered peanut butter and you use this bread. Or instead of having a burrito with a very calorie dense tortilla, you have one of these 50 calorie tortillas. These small changes can add up a huge amount over time, and they have helped me a ton. Oh, and one more tip, guys. Don't drink your calories. You might have heard this before, but it is so whack to me when I see people drinking soda, drinking juice. It is crazy when people are drinking apple juice and they think it's healthy because it is from natural apples. There's probably 10 apples that got squeezed down to make that 1 cup of juice. And you would probably never sit there and eat 10 apples. You would feel really, really full if you tried to do that. But that cup of apple juice has a ton of apples squeezed down into it. And there are so many calories. And if you think about it, what makes you more full? A cup of apple juice or eating a bunch of apples? Probably just eating a single apple would make you more full than having a cup of apple juice. And this goes for all juices, all sodas. Try to have lower calorie drinks. Stop eating food, stop drinking anything. Maybe you could have water if you want, but don't even drink water. Just drink apple cider vinegar, because apple cider vinegar, what it does is if you drink enough of this stuff, it will burn your insides and automatically burn the fat off of your body. So just drink this. And another thing I see a lot of people do is instead of having chips, they have nuts. So they'll have peanuts, almonds, berries like goji berries or dried fruits, dried snacks, and they think that's super healthy. And it might be healthy, but it is really calorie dense. I can sit down and eat a lot of nuts. Nuts are probably not the best thing that you want to have if you're trying to lose weight. Even if they are healthy, they're really calorie dense. And it is really easy to get a lot of calories from eating not a lot of nuts. So my next tip on losing weight is just move more. And this doesn't mean go run on a treadmill or go do a bunch of cardio. I just mean throughout the day, move more. This can mean things like parking further away. Have you ever been in a parking lot and you're just waiting for the closest spot that you can get? Because that definitely used to be me. I used to just sit in my car and wait a little bit longer to get that first spot or that second spot because I know someone's about to pull out. Instead of doing that, just park further away and make the walk. Or when you're at the mall or when you're going to work, if you take the elevator every day, take the stairs. This can really add up over time, and I promise this makes a much bigger difference than you think, because you're gonna be walking more, you're gonna be getting more steps in, and over time, this makes a huge difference. A tip and hack that I do is I find myself doing this from time to time. I'm just laying around, I'm on my phone, I'm just scrolling, I'm doing random stuff on my phone, and I'm just relaxing. And sometimes instead of just laying and doing this, walk around your house and do the exact same thing. If you're gonna lay down and use your phone, just walk around your house and use your phone. And what this is gonna do is, let's say you're using your phone for like 10, 15 minutes at a time, and instead of just laying there, you just walked around your house, you just got an extra 1,000 steps in, and that's gonna really add up. The next tip is all about sustainability and motivation. Big tip that I recommend is just weigh yourself every day. For me, this was every morning I would weigh myself before I ate anything, and I would just track my weight on a notepad. And I would notice that my weight would go up some days, it would go down some days. The days it went down felt really good. The days it kind of went up, it didn't feel so good. But I knew that this did not matter in the long run, and that's what I want to share with you guys. If your weight goes up one day, that is completely okay. That doesn't mean you're just gaining fat and it's time to stop your diet. Maybe you had food later on the night before. Maybe you had more salt and you're a little more bloated. You never know what's causing these daily fluctuations, and they're completely okay. What I recommend is just track your weight every single day at the same time, and over time you'll see the averages start to go down. Stay motivated. If your weight doesn't go down every single day or down every single week, that's completely okay. And know that it's all about balance, guys. This isn't just a perfect diet that you have to stick by and you can't enjoy your life and you can't have fun anymore. Go on a diet that you can sustain in the long run, because it's all about a calorie deficit and it's all about burning more calories than you're consuming. And so it doesn't matter what diet you do, as long as you can sustain it in the long run, you will lose weight as long as you're eating less calories than you're burning. And the last tip I have, probably the most important tip, is enjoy the process and have fun, guys. This is not something that should be a negative part of your life or making your life stressful, and when you wake up you don't enjoy your life because you're on a diet and you're not enjoying the process. Enjoy the process, take it slow. There's no reason to rush and lose a lot of weight. You don't have to lose all the weight that you want to lose in a week, in a month. Take it slowly. For me, it took me a long time to lose 100 pounds, and initially the weight was going down really fast, but it slowed down over time, and the first 50 pounds went down a lot quicker than the next 50 pounds. So enjoy food, enjoy life, enjoy experiences, make healthy alternatives to the foods that you love. I love chicken parm. It's one of my favorite foods. And every time I would go to an Italian restaurant, I don't even need to look at the menu. I'm ordering chicken parm. So I made a healthy alternative, and I would eat this a lot during my diet, where I would take chicken breast, I would put it in some breadcrumbs, I would bake it in the oven, I would top it off with some part skim mozzarella, I would put some tomato sauce on it, I would have it with spaghetti, or I would have it with half spaghetti, half zucchini noodles to get that same amount of volume with less calories. If there's foods that you love, try to find lower calorie versions of those foods that you could still enjoy, so you get all the deliciousness, all the taste, or most of the taste, without all the calories. Also, when it comes to exercise, try to make exercising a part of your life that you really enjoy. And so this doesn't mean you have to go run on the treadmill, because that's the only way to exercise. Go on walks. I found that going on walks with my friends was awesome, because I could just have a conversation with my friends and we could go on a walk and we could exercise together. If there's any type of cardio machine that you like, such as the elliptical, that's something that I used a lot. You don't have to go all out on the elliptical, even if that's the most ideal way of using the elliptical for calorie burning. Maybe there's a TV show that you've been really waiting to watch. Watch an episode a day, and when you're watching that episode, get on your cardio machine and maybe just walk on the treadmill, maybe just do the elliptical at a slow pace and watch that show. And the only time you watch that show is when you get on the cardio machine. And so every day you're gonna be excited to do cardio because you get to watch your favorite show, and as the episodes go down, you're doing more and more cardio. Find the workouts that you enjoy doing, because that's what you will sustain in the long term, and find foods that you enjoy having that are healthy. Don't hop on some diet that you're gonna hate. Enjoy the entire process, guys. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about what I did. Any of you can do what I did. All you have to do is make a change in your lifestyle and stick to it, and you'll be super happy that you did, because you'll feel a lot better. You'll be a lot healthier. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.